Check. Check, check, check. Are we in the building? I think we're in the building. Check, 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 check. All right. We got no grand intros. Man. See who we got in the building. Let's get this thing popping. Are y'all on Taharkabey.com? Make sure y'all on Taharkabey.com. Oh, my light on. We're gonna get it jumping. Taharkabey.com. We're about to show them receipts. You know how I go. Make them want to flag you. Check 1, 2. We'll make them want to flag you, family. Try to tell you. Hold up. Let me make sure. No, I ain't got a whole bunch of energy today because I'm trying to tell you, family. I'm bad. My whole house, they caught a cold. Everybody's sick. Make sure we good. Make sure we good. Check. Oh yeah, we good. Yeah, we good. We good. All right, family. Hopefully y'all tuned in on Taharkabey.com. If not, I'm gonna give it a second. Yeah, we good. We good. Give everybody a second to get in tune. Give everybody a second to get in tune. Big up, counselor. Man, I'm telling you, man, I'm drinking all sorts of stuff, man. I got some apple berry juice, and man, I'm telling you, I ain't gonna let this thing get me. You know what I mean? Hey, man, they try to take me down. They try to take me down. They try to take me down. They try to take the GS down. I'm trying to tell you. They don't want this truth get out. They don't want to get out. But they ain't got no choice. Put that on my hat. They ain't got no choice. They gonna get up out here. Yeah, we gonna get this truth up out here. Let me wait till everybody get on Taharkabey.com. Make sure everybody up in there. How y'all doing? Did y'all actually see the little presentation I did earlier about the crazy SaNeter man? He up there drunk, drinking Corona and all that. Now, I didn't drink ginger tea. I'm taking turmeric shots, ginger shots. I'm trying to tell you, I got turmeric. Man, I'm doing everything, family. I'm all natural. And I got kombucha and water. I'm doing everything I can do. I'm doing everything I can do, family. I'm gonna pull it all together. I want to make sure everybody is there on Taharkabey.com. If you're not there on Taharkabey.com, you're gonna hear some stuff today that you're gonna hear some stuff today that you might want to go check out on Taharkabey.com. You know what I'm saying? Again, one of the things that I'm about to do, I'm about to get away from dealing with this dark energy. Y'all understand what I'm saying? This is some dark energy. SaNeter, the Enqi, the Polight, you know, we're still going to cover these stories. But these are some real dark entities. And as we go into the Greco New Year, 2022, it's imperative that we get away from this dark energy. In order for you to check one, can y'all hear me? Let's have a talk real quick while we make sure everybody getting in. While we make sure everybody get into Taharkabey.com. In order for one to cover these type of stories, they have to put themselves in the place of these stories. Like Manny could go. Don't let this consume you. Exactly. Stories to report these type of stories. up in that space. And past week, although I haven't been feeling well, and then my wife wasn't feeling well. That's why I didn't go live yesterday. I'm looking at some of the research that I have and some of the interviews that I have behind the scenes, and I'm like, man, this is some real heavy, murky stuff. And because it is kind of murky, I'm like, man, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and cover this, but I'm not gonna stay stuck right here too much longer. Somebody say I'm freezing. I'm freezing. Let me see. Let's see if I'm freezing. Well, I'm doing good on the website, look like it. I'm looking on the website, I'm looking good. On the website, I'm not freezing. Maybe on YouTube I'm freezing, but on the website, I'm looking pretty good. First time in a long time, I guess. I talked to people. I'm looking pretty good. Yeah, on the website, I'm looking pretty good. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, so in order to cover these things, I can't respond to every message. Somebody say, I see, okay, I see what it is. You see the message, you just choose not to respond. I can't respond to every message. Beset Sheeta City Watchers Black News. I can't respond to every message. There's no way possible that I got a screen going on here. I got slides going on here. I got a screen going on here. I got my cell phone going on here. There's no way that I can respond to every message. It's impossible. It's impossible. But you said that you sent, are you the one that sent me an email? I'll check the email. There is no way in the world that I can do that. So, I mean, don't take it personal. Keep hitting me. Keep hitting me. There's no way I can do that. So we're going to get started real quick, family. Do anybody realize that there is a dark side in what we call the conscious community? The dark side of the conscious community. Anybody ever wonder why there is not many women represented in the conscious community? Anybody ever understood that? Anybody ever thought about that? Why isn't it many women represented in the conscious community? You know, when SaNeter put the panel up with a couple sisters, the first thing he did was begin to deal with Nepal. But there's a reason why sisters are not represented in the conscious community. And in fact, sisters are actually silenced in what they call the conscious community. They're actually silenced in what you call the conscious community. Do you know that behind the scenes shout out to M. Nugent. Do you know that behind the scenes in the conscious community is pretty much, for the most part, a freak show going on? If these sisters that were a part of the SaNeter outfit, if you will, were able to speak, what you think they would say? What you think they would say? If some of these sisters who have passed through the house of consciousness, what do you think they would say? Do you think they would say that they passed through without being sexed, sexually preyed upon? See, if we get into it, if we get real into it, see, the whole thing is this. I could call a lot of names, but I do want to protect some of these sisters' identity. I do want to protect some of these sisters' identity that have been preyed upon sexually going through the house of consciousness. And SaNeter has been the gatekeeper to hush them up. We look at these brothers as they scholars. We look at these brothers as if they have some morale. These brothers ain't got no scholarship, no morale. They have laid down with many of these sisters and thrown them to the wayside. This stuff has been a sham. This stuff has been a farce for far too long. I'm telling you, I'm going to leave this stuff alone. And hopefully those who are interested in consciousness and knowledge will be able to see my videos and know that these people coming through the house of consciousness is not an option for true liberation. I'm telling you. Now, I'm just going to grab a few examples. Now, we know that SaNeter protected Polight when he was molesting that little girl. Allegedly. We already know that. SaNeter was the first one to say, don't make me talk about it. We know he was protecting Polight when he was allegedly molesting that little girl. Press 7 if you feel me. Do we know that or not? Do we know that or not? SaNeter said it himself. But do we know that or not? Do we know that or not? We know SaNeter was protecting Polight. Because before you knew, before I knew, before anybody else knew, SaNeter said, do you want me to talk about Rentonet or whatever her name is? He went so far to say, it's my cousin. It's my wife's cousin. So we know that he was protecting the side. It's funny, I always thought the conscious stuff was bull. It is. It's all a game. It's all a sham. It's all a game. It's all a sham. It's all a hustle. It's all a hustle. Even right now, it's all a hustle. This conscious community thing ain't about waking nobody up. This conscious community thing is nothing but another genre of entertainment. It has become better than TV. So YouTube has become the next best thing since Comedy Central, MTV, or any other type of platform that you get entertainment from. And they just using consciousness. But now, somebody said you can't see it until you get close to it. You're right. And I'm going to tell you, from the first time when I went to 125th Street, I was like, man, this stuff is crazy. This stuff is crazy. Like me, like for example, I don't see nothing wrong if that's where you're at, if you drink or if you smoke, if you whatever that. But when I was listening to SaNeter TV, I thought these guys, this was 4 years ago, I thought these guys was legit. Until I went to 125th Street, I was like, whoa. They just playing a game. This is why I don't care what y'all say about Captain Tazoriak. One of the things I can say about the captain always remained on his post as a Hebrew Israelite. Regardless of his relationship with SaNeter, although he intermingled in and out SaNeter TV, he always was down the block doing what ISUPK do. Everybody else, I seen them smoking L's. I seen nothing wrong with that if that's what you believe in. I seen them just drinking. I seen them doing everything that a Negro would do. So I can only call what I seen. I can only call what I seen. And so when I look at the ISUPK, they always standing out there. They standing in their camp. They're screaming at Europeans, screaming at everybody. Read. That's what they were doing. You know what I'm saying? So let me see what some of this thing said. Somebody say it said ISUPK a bunch of drunks. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, right? Let me see some of these comments. With that being said, I still thought there was some hope for consciousness. You know what I'm saying? You start seeing the Black Power fist. You start seeing the waving of the flags. You start seeing all of you still thinking that there's some hope for consciousness. Because for me, consciousness means to better yourself. Consciousness means to be aware. Consciousness means to be better tomorrow than what you are today. That's what consciousness means, and you make a conscious effort to do it. But when you look at this nonsense, even as late as today, stupid, silly SaNeter put up a video saying me and my son is breaking in houses, stealing copper. That's what he said. This fool banking on the stupidity. See, because what he really doing is calling his audience stupid. For him to do a presentation like that, he's banking that his audience will believe him. But I would care what they believe. If they believe that type of stupidity, they need to stay over there. Unbelievable to me that these people will bank. These people would bank on the ignorance of our people in order to thrive. Say, me and my son, I'm teaching my son to steal copper. When the whole video is on my channel of me and my son inspecting the house. Just stupidity. And people sitting up there watching it and believing it is. Unbelievable to me that people would bank on us being ignorant. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. But as we get started here, family, let me get started here. If you are not on Moorish World, Taharkabey.com, let me start off first. Do anybody, how long y'all been following this? Anybody remember the sister? Shout out to her. And I'm going to just use her name right now. Anybody familiar with the sister Melanin Sutek? Anybody familiar with that? In fact, let me screen share it if you don't know. Shout out to Melanin Sutek. In no way do I mean any disrespect to the sister, but I got to do this as an example. Anybody remember? Thank you, Williams Owens. Keep up the good work. Anybody remember Melanin Sutek? Melanin Sutek, there you go, was one of the early sisters in front of the camera on SaNeter TV. Now, somebody said she's crazy as HELL. But if you remember, she was only dropping some science because if you remember, she came on the scene because her child had an issue in school. So she came to the camera, what I remember, because her child had an issue and she had an issue with the school system. That's what I remember. But do you know, the other day, I'm on Facebook The other day I'm on Facebook and her page slides past me. And the content on her page that doesn't look like Melanin Suit Tech. The content of her page seems to me of sexual persuasions to draw people to the page. Now, I'm not judging the sister. That's not what I'm saying. But how do you go from Black News 102 talking consciousness to now using sexuality to draw attention to yourself? That's what I seen the other day. And I was about to go and see how far this could go. I said, nah, it's clear what this is. So the sister went to these platforms, just from what I see, went to this platform to not only express her grievances, but to also share her experiences that can help somebody. And now, years later, we see that sexuality is now the draw. How does that work with consciousness? Somebody says she always been like that. You don't remember? Unbelievable. But can y'all be all right? Y'all be all right. Could you imagine some of the stories that she could tell about these guys behind this fake fraud consciousness? You'll be all right. Could you imagine some of the stories Melanin Suit Tech could tell about some of these fake fraud conscious guys? Can you imagine? Can you imagine how they would silence a sister like that because she might say something? Because she might say something? See, I can't wait till these sisters ready to step up and tell their story. I'm going to be right here. I can't wait till they step up and ready to tell their story. I'm going to be right here because these guys ain't nothing but frauds. Nothing but frauds. SaNeter, Garfield, all of them. We're going to keep it a buck today. So I'm going through the slides. And this is what you get today. Do you know that recently, let me make sure this look right on the website. Do you know that recently, Shaka Atmos was accused of raping a 13-year-old? Allegedly. Let me say this. Do you realize that Shaka Atmos was recently accused of rape? Allegedly. Huh? Anybody know that? Press 7 if you're aware that he was accused of rape. Supposedly, allegedly, he was messing with a woman and she had a 13-year-old daughter. Do you know the first person that he went to for damage control was SaNeter? And SaNeter aired the video. He did 2 videos for Shaka Atmos. He haven't spoke to Shaka Atmos, and Shaka Atmos have not been on SaNeter TV in over a year. But guess what he do? He put Shaka Atmos 2 presentations on House of Consciousness, SaNeter Studios, Black Female Predators, and False Rape Mafia, to try to clear Shaka Atmos' name. Yet, he never ventured out to hear the story of the victim. He never ventured out to hear the story of the victim. Why don't the victim get a chance to talk? Nobody wants to hear the victim. Now, I'm not saying Shaka Atmos raped anybody, but the first person that you go to is SaNeter to try to clear your name of being a rapist. And not that SaNeter don't put you on one channel, he put you on 2 channels. SaNeter has always been the gatekeeper. SaNeter has always been the gatekeeper. He's been the cover-up guy. He's been the cover-up guy. Not only has he, listen to me, not only has SaNeter been the gateway to bring all the frauds in. Every fraud that has swindled people in this community, the digital community, came through the House of Consciousness. Every one of them. Every one of them. Dr. Ali Muhammad says that he's going to be the first person with a farm to grow real food in America. Selling UCCs and all of this fake sovereignty stuff. That all came to SaNeter. That all came to SaNeter. When you start talking about Polight, and Polight start talking about acquiring these home and these tax liens and all that, that all came through SaNeter. Shout out to Natural Tahuti. Williams Owens said Natural Tahuti. Natural Tahuti is in prison right now. They left him high and dry. What about Sister Sekhmet? Sister Sekhmet, last time I heard about her, she was going through some health conditions, but she was riding with HOK at one point. You don't hear them asking for nothing to help that sister. Now, I don't know her situation. I don't know if she even want their name on her situation. But anybody remember Sister Sekhmet? Sister Sekhmet got locked up one time. She had a gun in a video. All they did was film it. They ain't try to help that sister get out. They ain't try to help that sister get out. They left that sister high and dry. You don't hear about no support. I don't know. Hey, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Unbelievable, family, that we still go over and support that stuff. I mean, I know I go over there when somebody send me over there, and like today somebody say mention my name, and I'm looking at this foolishness, and like I'm not even giving that stuff my energy no more. I'm done. After today, man, I'm done. I might go back there maybe 3 weeks from now and do a recap, but somebody said you saying wrong. Let me see. Saying wrong about what? What I'm saying wrong about? Somebody say I'm saying wrong. Oh yeah. You don't hear, listen, let me tell you something. When SaNeter do a show about somebody, that's only for publicity. So of course SaNeter did a show about it when it first happened. Same way he did Natural Taharkabey, but you don't hear about it no more. That's the point that I'm making. That's the point I'm making. The point I'm making is when someone do a show about something like that, that's just for views. But when you really care about a situation, you stay on top of it. You don't do it for views, and then once the hype is gone, you move to something else. That's for views. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. That's all for views. Let me move past a little bit. It's all for views. Now, someone asked, I just want to show you something real quick. Shaka Atmos get accused of rape. The first thing he does is go to SaNeter to try to clean his name up. SaNeter put it on all his networks, but he never hear the female or the sister side of the story. Let's look at Ali Muhammad. Ali Muhammad was a fixture on SaNeter TV. He was a fixture on SaNeter TV. And at the time that he was a fixture on SaNeter TV, he was being accused of beating the brakes off his children's mother. Same thing they accused me of. The difference between me and them, we got the report. Three to 4 weeks ago, we were arguing, and he grabbed my neck and he slammed my head into the wall and he started choking me. The day before that, he picked me up and he was trying to push me up against the stairs. This has been going on for a while. I had him leave my house last week. He came to my house unexpected to get the rest of his things, and it started a verbal fight. He was calling me names on my block. He went on my Facebook slandering my business and my name. He texted the guy I'm seeing. That's when he sees the guy, when he said when he sees the guy, go put a whole clip in him. This sister here, talking about Ali Muhammad, she goes and files a police report. Mind you, a lot of these sisters reach out to SaNeter. But you know what happened, right? You know what happened, right? A lot of these sisters that has been victimized reach out to SaNeter. Silenced. Silenced. Why are the women silenced? There is no consciousness over this thing. And I'm telling you, I'm done. I'm done. We're going to start covering other different topics, other stories, because this is crazy. This is not something that need to be harped on no more. Like if people continue to go down that path and think that this is some conscious community, man, they're crazy. They're crazy. They accuse me of beating my baby mama and all this, man. Today I broke in and I steal copper out houses. Like what? 2 weeks ago I beat my baby mama with a bat. That's what they say. I beat my baby mama with a bat. That's what they say. But now listen to this. Wait till we get to the good stuff. Don't forget SaNeter is responsible for Nature Boy as well. Exactly. Look at Nature Boy. We watch Nature Boy beat up a sister or allow or let me say orchestrate 2 sisters. Now, I don't be no scrapping, man. I don't know. That's a lot. I don't be scrapping, bro. I was inspecting a house, bro. But the video is on my channel, brother. It's called Go on my channel. The video on my channel, I was inspecting a house. They just remixed it. I was inspecting a house. I do property management, home improvement, and before somebody sell a house, I go inspect the house. You know what I mean? But let me go back right here real quick on this. Finish reading this. Empty the clip in the guy. Okay, so this is what the sisters say about Ali Muhammad. Oh yeah, let's not forget. I also remember they also said that I went peeking through Enqi's window. So I beat my wife with a bat every day. I break into houses and steal scrap metal, and I peek into Enqi's window. All of this, I took pictures of myself. All of this, I took the pictures myself. I uploaded myself. These fools literally said that I went, these fools literally said that I went to Enqi house, took pictures through a window. Nobody never asked, where did he post the pictures at? Nobody never bothered to ask that. But guess what? People will come on this platform and say, people will come on the platform and say, did you go look through Enqi window? Shut up, fool. Talking crazy. So that's he beats his wife with a bat every night. I'm telling you, man, I'm moving away from this conversation, man. These people crazy. These people crazy. Hello, you slicker than a penguin, GS. I don't know what that means, but that's crazy. I go from Baltimore. He don't even live in Detroit. I found that out later, but Michigan, and take pictures through a window. How do he get the pictures? How do Enqi get the pictures to post them on his? So I take the pictures and I send them to Enqi. Is that how this works? That's how this works. Then I go beat my wife with a bat. And then I go and break in abandoned houses and steal copper. And they audience like, yeah. These people good crazy. They're good and crazy. That's why I'm getting away from this stuff. I'm telling you, we got a whole new content coming after today. After today, we going into a whole new content direction. These people crazy. These people are crazy. Hey, block Suge. Get Suge out here, because he took the video. He the first one that took the video off of my YouTube and said I'm breaking in houses, stealing copper. Block Suge out here. Get another channel on here. Suge, I don't play with you, Suge. You do it for entertainment. You do this for entertainment. You the first one that took it off my YouTube and claimed that that he only took it off your YouTube. Suge, go ahead. I don't have no conversation with you. I mean, you already said you do this for entertainment, but I'm not your entertainment. You know what I mean? I do this to awaken and enlighten people. I'm not your entertainment. But with that being said, so it goes on to say, anytime you see Uncle Suge come here, go ahead and block him off the top. We don't want no conversation from him, because he said he does this for entertaining and commentary. So we don't need him over here. You know what I mean? Go and do your thing. Make 100 more videos. You all right? Oh, what is Suge doing in your house? Suge ain't in my house. Suge got the video off my YouTube channel. The video is called, what's the video called? Suge got the video off my YouTube channel. It's called, in fact, I'm gonna put it in the chat so y'all can see the whole video. I want y'all to see the whole video real quick. Let me stop the screen share. Anybody that want to see the whole video about them saying about this house thing, whatever they talk about, I'm gonna go ahead and drop it right here real quick. This is the full video right here. It's only the first few seconds of the beginning. Let me drop it up in here. This is the video right here that Suge spliced up, and then SaNeter spliced it up. It came right off of my YouTube. So I'm not going to waste no time with these weird guys. They just do anything for views. But there it is right here. Came right off of my YouTube. In fact, so anybody want to see it, you can see it right there. I'm not going to waste time with these crazy people. These people crazy for real. I'm going to waste no time with these crazy people. So anybody that want to see it, it's right there. You know what I mean? Keep it a buck. Now let's get back to the I'm definitely Aboriginal. Absolutely. I agree with that, family. So here we go. So Ali Muhammad, it says, he withdrew my kids from school. He is not going to give me any money for them. He started calling me names. When I asked him about my children, I said he can get the rest of his things from my store, but the police had to be there, and he refused. On 1/7/17, he came into my house and he tried to break into my bedroom, and my door was locked, and I told him to leave. One of my female friends that helped me in my store was asleep in my son's room, and he said, listen to what I'm trying to say. All of this, what I'm reading right now, all of this stuff is attack on females, on sisters, while these people are conscious. Anything that I ever was accused of, hardly ever convicted of, I wasn't up here trying to teach you anything. Matter of fact, long before I even came to YouTube, was I in foolish ghetto type of relationships. But not since I've been conscious on this level would you find me participating in the type of stuff you hear this. Not even accused of. And I'm not even saying a person is guilty. I'm saying I wouldn't even be accused of this type of mess. putting a gun to your daughter's mother. Come on, man. And then when they go to SaNeter, SaNeter don't, he silenced them. No, we ain't doing that here. We ain't doing that here. So SaNeter is definitely the gatekeeper, family. He's the gatekeeper. Now let me go into this next demonstration real quick. Because we're gonna get to we about to get to the good part, family. We're about to get to the good part. We're about to get out these murky ethers, and we're about to get a whole new stream of shows going on here. Because we're about to get to the good part. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if that sister that was faking like she had a broken arm by the LAPD could speak up? Remember the sister that was with Polight? Anybody remember the sister name? I got her picture on the screen. Can you imagine if she could have a voice? Could you imagine if some of them sisters could have a voice? What they would say about these people? Victoria. Can you imagine? Can you imagine what they would say about these people? We need to get these sisters to talk, to shut these freaking people down. Had the sister Victoria globetrotting across the country, scamming in his name. Thought he could buy her some breasts and it's gonna be all good. But why is it that they go silent? Why is it that they go silent and nobody gets to hear their side of the story? So I'm just trying to piece some of this stuff together. Look at this little girl right here. Renente. Look at little Renente. She's a baby. Was groomed by a brother Polight. And you know what? Somebody sent me a video earlier this week. Somebody sent me a video earlier this week with Renente. And she was in a video like a video vixen half naked. This is supposed to be a young sister raised for consciousness, but that was grown by Brother Polight and covered by SaNeter. The young sister Renete. She looks like a video vixen at this point. And SaNeter is the one that allowed this to flourish through his platform. SaNeter allowed this to flourish through his platform. All for $1. All for $1. Rape children, molest children. Man, listen. At the end of the day, it all gonna come out one day. It's all gonna come out one day. These sisters are gonna start speaking one day. And I hope that I am the one that brings the thought into the universe that it's okay to come out. Because they're gonna speak one day. And they're going to tell some stories on SaNeter. They're going to start telling some stories on all of these people in those circles that's acting like they done got away with it. You ain't get away with nothing. You ain't get away with nothing. Done in the dark is going to come to light. Now let's go on, roll on down a little bit. Let's look at Enqi and SaNeter. No matter how much they go back and forth with each other, take a look at this picture right here. Two crooks, two thieves, two swindlers, two scammers. Not sure which one is going to stab which one in the back at any given moment. But SaNeter, he covers for all of them, even Enqi. Let's go back real quick. Anybody remember the sister Mayat? Remember they was doing all the videos about Taharkabey? And they had the platform. Rabbit got the gun. It was featuring Dr. Enqi, Queen's Throne, Sweet Mayat for Life, Swab Boss, Solomon, Chief X. Sister Mayat, Sweet Mayat, she did the remix for Rabbit Got the Gun. Whatever happened to Sister Mayat? She was riding with Enqi. What happened to Sister Mayat? Anybody been following this story? Press 7 if y'all been following this. See, this is the thing. If you ain't been following this, then you ain't going to understand where this is going. Remember, she was riding with Enqi. In fact, she was one of the first ones to take the 40-day fast or something. Remember, he was trying to sell everybody to do that the sea moss fast. Then she just disappeared. Then she just disappeared. Somebody said, I remember, thought she was a fan trying to get with him. Where is she now? What happened? I'm not implying anything. I'm just telling you that Sweet Mayat disappeared, and it seems kind of strange that these womanizers, in particular, Enqi, is in the center of it. So maybe we hear from her in another time. I don't know. But I know that she was riding. I know that she was riding with Enqi. And all of a sudden, I wonder, did she figure something out? I wonder, did it register? I wonder, did he start to try to use her? I wonder, did he try to suck her energy dry? Anybody remember Abundance Child? Anybody remember Abundance Child from SaNeter TV? I bet you she got some stories to tell about this weirdo Enqi. I bet she got some stories to tell about the weirdo Enqi. You know how these people fall out, but you never hear what happened? We're going to take you back real quick. Anybody know Abundance Child? Shout out to Abundance Child. She actually do be putting in work out there in Delaware. What happened with that? See, we need to get to these stories. We need to get to these stories. What happened? What happened to the old squad? Anybody ever notice? Anybody ever notice that none of these people, anybody ever notice that none of these people have teams for long periods of time? These people never, ever remain solid. And there's a reason. Because when you're dealing with people like Enqi, you're dealing with people like Ali Muhammad, you're dealing with people like SaNeter. These people are all in it for hustle. They ain't got no love. See, Abundance Child, she got a love for her people, and she got a love for what she does. But once they find out that these people are just leeches, once they find out that these people are just bottom feeders, once they find out that these people are scammers, they get away from them. They get away from them. I'm going to show you in a minute. I'm going to show you in a minute that most likely Abundance Child probably found out that Enqi was the leech of all leeches. And just a swindler and a charlatan. But now I'm about to take you to something that ain't nobody seen before about this guy. Give me a minute. Enqi has been scamming for a long time. Now, somebody, Brother P. Snipes, wrote today on my live stream, he says that Enqi states she was a lowlife, so I'm sure she'll take some paper for an interview. That was somebody on my live stream today claiming that Enqi's ex-wife is a lowlife. Hold up. How is it that you have 7 children by a woman, but you have the audacity to call her a lowlife? Press 7. Brother P. Snipes, on my live stream today, he says that Enqi states that she was a lowlife. How is it that you have 7 children with somebody, but you got the audacity to call somebody a lowlife? But we're going to see about who the lowlife. Anybody remember when Polight? I'll do you something better. Do y'all remember on my last live stream, I said that Enqi moved to Philadelphia to be with Ali Muhammad. Anybody remember that? Do anybody remember that? I said Enqi had moved. Anybody remember my last live stream? I said Enqi moved to be with Ali Muhammad, to go and scam with Ali Muhammad. Y'all remember that? Now let me show you this. Now let me show you the receipt. When he moved to be with Ali Muhammad, he abandoned his whole family. The children that you see in the picture, he abandoned them. Here is the order. Let me calm it down for a minute. By order dated July 19, 2013, this court denied petitioner application for partial withdrawal or failure to demonstrate compliance with the July 18, 2011 order. You don't know what I'm reading yet, but you will know in a second. The July 18, 2011 order directed petitioner to file paid receipts for authorized expenditures with the clerk of the court within 45 days of the court order. On July 25th, 2013, This is when he went with Ali. This is around that same period. The court declined to sign an order for partial withdrawal due to the insufficient documentation for the items requested and failure to comply with the July 18, 2011 order. On July 30, 2013, petitioner filed the instant application. Now, pay close attention to this. Petitioner asserts that she is unemployed single mother of 6 children with no source of income. She also asserts that she only received food stamps. Recently, her husband abandoned the family, sold the family vehicle, moved to Pennsylvania. She maintained she is unable to take AD to her daily physical therapy session. What's happening is Enqi's children's mother is destitute, and she's trying to draw some money out of a trust to take care of her family because Enqi abandoned the family, sold the car, and moved to Pennsylvania. This is on the official record. I'm not making this up. This is the type of slime ball you messing with. So what you're reading is a part of the petition. She's petitioning the court to withdraw money out of a trust in order to take care of the family that Enqi abandoned. And the only thing she had was food stamps. Now you might wonder how does Enqi have the children today? We're going to get into that too. We're going to get into that too. Yeah, he lives in Michigan today. But what I'm telling you that you cannot, this fool was talking real crazy. Taharkabey did this, Taharkabey did that, Taharkabey did this. He beat his baby mama up. He da-da-da-da. Okay, I hear you. But you abandoned your family to go to run with Ali Muhammad. Allegedly, y'all can read with me, he locked me up 3 times. Let me say it real slow. This is Enqi's children's mother. This is how Enqi was able to get the children from this woman. He locked me up 3 times. One in Georgia in 2015. We were fighting after disappearing with some WHORE for a year. In other words, she must be talking about when he left in 2013, he disappeared for a year. And when he came to Georgia, I'm just putting 2 and 2 together, allegedly. She says, I made him bleed and he pressed charges on me. He didn't bail me out. My oldest child did. So they get to fighting. Enqi pressed charges on her. He abandoned her and tried to come back in Georgia. They get to fighting. He calls the police. This is how Enqi get them children. 2015, when I left GA, he told me he had a house with his Lion ASS in Pennsylvania. Now remember, the house in PA, anybody remember? Remember, who gave him the house in Pennsylvania, supposedly? It was Brother Polight. It was Brother Polight. So he calls back his children's mother and say, I got a house in PA. She said, with his lying ass. With his friend. When I discovered after 2 days that there was no friggin' house, it was an Airbnb thing. I immediately went back to my mom's house. And she took all of us in, including his whack ASS. He left again, telling me some people in Detroit is good to him and he need to move out there. I told him, man, he's just a vagabond. I told him I just found out my mom has terminal cancer and I can't leave her. He gave me an ultimatum between him and my mom. He took my son Chase, telling me he will be back for the weekend. And then I started a case in New York. You know the rest. I'm exhausted. Let me stop there. Let me tell you something. I was piecing this story together. But I never imagined that this guy would be such a slime ball. I never imagined that this guy would send such horror through a person's life as he did to this woman. I never imagined that the only reason he was able to get the children is because he sent her to get locked up under some false charges, ultimately. And then he was able to dip. And she's been fighting ever since. To no avail, though. So this is what I'm saying about these murky people. She said the moment that she sought child support, that's when all HELL broke loose. That's when the charges came. Let me read this one. Hold up. She says, since 2015, when I had my baby girls, so when I put them on child support and custody in 2016 and decided to separate then, all hell broke loose. Now, remember we start off at 2013. So they're going back and forth all the way to 2015 and 2016. She says all HELL broke loose for me and my children. And he went berserk. He had a woman in Detroit pretending to be my children's mom since 2017 and 18. He had a woman in Detroit pretending to be my children's mom. Y'all hear this? He ran with that SHIT. He was telling everyone he was a single dad and a polygamist. This fool is running around telling the world that some stranger is the children's mom. while the mother is being silenced and nobody hearing her. She's, hold up, family. Hold up, family. Let me show you what she's doing. Let me show you what she's doing. Give me 1 second. Let me show you what she's doing. While he's faking and lying to the children and to the public, she's trying to chase him around the country, filing injunctions to get him in the court. This one is on the 17th of October, 2019. Trying to get him in the court. This one was served by look like a Greg Rozelle special deputy. So this was served by the deputy, trying to get him in the court. But it's my understanding that he just keep dipping. He just keep dipping. How do you run around? She said no ID, no employment. And this is why he was so upset about this CMARS thing. He just been running and running and running. And see, and anybody know the system? Anybody that know the system, you will already know that unless somebody can prove something criminal has taken place, then you can run. So it'll be incumbent upon the mother to prove that this guy is unstable, that this guy is not who he say he is, in order to bring them children back home. Because right now, like, I'm gonna give it to you a buck. I guarantee you. That's why he said, I'm homeschooling. I bet you everything is off the radar. No checks and balances. What I mean, no checks and balances? Some people cry about the system, right? Of the United States government and of social services. But some of those checks and balances are needed for some of these crazy people. Sometimes social services are needed for some of these crazy people. I ain't gonna say everybody, but sometimes. No checks and balances whatsoever. None. I'm telling you. And yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. This is deeper than a YouTube show. This is starting to go off into another direction. This is starting to go off the deep end. And I'm telling you, this is why this is going off the deep end. This is bad. This is starting to bring in questions about the safety of children. This is starting to bring in a whole bunch of, this is opening up a whole can of worms now. And as I dig deep into the research, I'm like, no, bro. No. I'm listening to the sister. I'm saying, hold on. And this guy think he did a video about me. Oh, he beat his mic, man. You can say whatever you want. one thing you ain't gonna be able to do, you ain't gonna be able to prove nothing you say about me because you're making it up as you go along. Let me share this with you real quick. All you're going to be able to do is make up stuff as you go along. She goes on to say, my children and I have really been through a lot. He threw me and our 14-year-old out unlawfully in Detroit. The pic you are using is the house we got. The pic you are using is the house we got through out of because I was disobedient after moving us out from New York. He abused our oldest child, fighting her and ripping her hair out, as well as threw her out on her 18th birthday at 3 a.m. and told the cops she willfully left. He abused our oldest child, fighting her and ripping her hair out, as well as threw her out on her 18th birthday at 3 a.m. and told the cops she willfully left. He tells Chase and my little ones, your mother doesn't love you. He has tried to destroy my relationship and credibility with my children and family. I have been fighting for my children for 5 years. I won't give up. So snuff him out from under that rock. It's been 27 years. He is effing thorn in my side, and he effing knows it. My now deceased mom used to go to court with me in New York. Sorry to cuss. You were absolutely correct from the jump. I'm reliving a horror story. Please help me get my children. I have faith, full faith and trust in you and my attorney. Thank you, sir. I'm telling you, this gets more deeper. This is deeper than a YouTube show at this point. So now we got to figure out how can we help this sister. I don't know at this point. But this has to be looked into. This has to be looked into. So if we got attorneys watching this, and we got people that are counselors watching this, and we have people that are in child services and social services watching this, man, they got the email. So I can make that connection, because this is a bit much. This is a bit much. And this all started from, I told the guy he just had to be real with the people on the show. He attacked my entire family. He put some of crazy, outlandish lies on myself. And now it unfolds that this guy's a nutcase. This guy's a total nutcase. And I will guarantee you, he will try to make this woman out to be a nutcase. Because normally that's what they do. But you get a woman locked up so you can hit the road with the children, to avoid child support, to avoid spousal support, to avoid a divorce. This is the dark side of the conscious community for real. This is the real dark side of the conscious community. This is sad. This is sad. This is the same people that's going to talk about, building a community. This is the same people that's going to talk about building families. This is the same people. This is the same people talk about we need to raise our children. We need to do this. This is the same people. And SaNeter, once again, is at the helm. SaNeter, once again, is at the helm of all of this madness. Shout out to one of my viewers say, Nature Boy, Brother Polight doing the same thing with their women. Chain up and placing a show for them for you to see. This is what happens when you want to live that glamorous life. Wait, if someone's locked up, that means there's evidence. That's right. But this stuff needs to be dealt with professionally. It needs to be dealt with professionally and legally. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm a reporter. I'm a reporter here. I'm gonna give it a space to breathe. But once it get that space to breathe, it got to go to another level. It got to go to another level. This guy is so bad, right? Let me show you something. This guy, Enqi, is so bad. He's such a slime ball. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Enqi is such a slime ball. In order to get a place to stay. Now remember he got the place to stay, and his ex-wife told you that it was an Airbnb. And remember, he said Polight gave him a house, and then he found out it was an Airbnb. This is how slick he is. So he got a lady in Michigan, in St. Clair Shores, Michigan. He doesn't live in Detroit. He lives in St. Clair Shores, Michigan. Now, this lady was convinced that Enqi healed her wound. And this is how Enqi was able to obtain her house before she sold it. It appears that she sold it now. I want you to press 7 to make sure you hear me before I read this next document. He convinced this lady that he healed her wound. And she ultimately turned over her house to him. Y'all hear what I say? But the city of Montclair sends her a letter, 2019. So he got to get up and get out of here soon. Pursuant of Chapter 18 of the City of St. Clair Shores Charter, General Zoning Ordinances, inspection and residential rental properties and non-owner occupied dwelling. Owners of such properties are required to register and allow inspections of same no less than once every 3 years. Information from assessing department of the City of St. Clair Shores indicate you are the owner of the above mentioned property, and it appears to be a non-owner occupied. Enqi is in this lady's house. As such, you are required to complete the enclosed rental registration form, return it with the appropriate fees, and schedule an interior inspection of the premises. If you fail to register property and have the initial inspection by 4/15/2019, you will be issued a violation. If the information from the assessing department is inaccurate, you may submit a signed written response to the office documentation. You can contact our office on Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. to schedule the initial inspection. Then it goes back and tell you how that happens. So because I deal with property management, that's consistent anywhere you go. Anywhere you go, you cannot occupy a property that's not yours if you are not within the construct or the confines of a rental property. So this shows you the instability that he puts these children in. Because at any moment, the city can come and say, that's it. Because the lady that owns the property no longer lives there. In fact, as I said in my last demonstration, the lady, it appears to be have sold the property at this point. So Enqi was swindling and living rent-free in a property that wasn't even a rental property. Scamming all the way. Scam. He gonna convince the sister that he has blessed her womb. Enqi tell this lady that he blessed her womb and she turned over her residence. Allegedly. All of this is allegedly. But everything that you see on the website is document proof. This is what he does. That's what he does. See, anything somebody say about me, they just talking. It's like SaNeter said that I took my son to teach how to steal. That's just talk. See, I can actually get the video where your daughter was stripping for little boys. But I ain't gonna do that, SaNeter, because I ain't a dirtbag like you. Or get the video and show how your son is a part of that little funny community. But I ain't gonna do that. Because I ain't a dirtbag like you. I ain't a dirtbag like you. I ain't gonna never go down to the dirt like you. At the end of the day, hold on. What else I got up here? Hold on. Might as well just go all the way out. Hold on. I can't go all the way out. Let me block this out real quick. Block one thing out. Give me 1 second. I want to block one thing out real quick. I want y'all to hear how this dirtbag talk. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna block this name out real quick. All right. This is a text, allegedly. Give up my 5 children, capiche? Just pause. Enqi says, please, that's not real. The big 3 have not 1% of what we live anywhere that I am not. The small two forgot about it. I am their entire world. Enqi tells his children mother that the children have forgot about her and that he's their entire world. What type of diabolical, weird man would influence his children to wipe memory of their mother out of their mind? He said, I never sought to give or find them a real life in mom before. But now that I provided them everything else they need, I want them to have that. He's going to manufacture a mom. This is a sick person. This is a sick man. The big three have not 1% of what I want to live anywhere, would not want to live anywhere that I am not. This is a sick person. This is a real sick person. And you think I'm going to go back and forth with this guy? This guy that made up a story that I peeked through a window? You see, so now we see the profile of a sick individual. This is the profile of a sick individual. I mean, did I screen share? Did they get to see it? I think they've seen it. I don't want y'all to miss something on the website, but there it is right there. This is a real sick individual. Hold on. One second. I'm going to show you one more thing. Sis has been trying to pull this man in court. There you go. Just as she said, anybody can see it on the website, you're able to see it. She's been trying to fight and get this guy before a judge since 2015. Petition for relief under Family Violence Act. She then petitioned for relief under Family Violence Act. I ain't even never heard of nothing like that. A petition for relief under Family Violence Act. Unbelievable to me. Let me see if everybody get this on. Let me check Taharkabey.com. Make sure everybody get the exclusive on this. Oh yeah, it's still up there. Looking good. Looking good. Taharkabey.com looking good, family. We looking good. Yeah, we looking good. We looking good. Nice and live. So, family, if somebody can offer assistance to this sister, please email me. What up, Light Bearer? Please email me at Taharkabey at gmail.com. It is something else. Christian news and interviews. This is what I was talking about behind the scenes. I said the same exact thing, that sis needs a well-qualified, strategic attorney to fight this guy, because he's banking on her emotion or not knowing how to move on it. I was saying the same thing, Christian news. I said it to my brother behind the scenes. I said, bro, this guy, he's banking on her ignorance to the law and her emotional aptitude to be distracted. So family, I hope, man, this is heavy. Was this a heavy, murky show? Press 7. Was this kind of heavy? Was this kind of heavy, family? I'm about to sign off, but was this kind of heavy? I'm gonna be back tomorrow. Hopefully I feel all right now. Hopefully I feel as good tomorrow too. Family, please leave a comment. Please leave a comment after the show go down. Tell me what you think. This is a heavy demonstration here. Now, you know he's going to try to strike. He tried to strike. Y'all know he tried to strike the channel, Taharkabey.com. He tried to strike Taharkabey.com. He literally made a complaint to Wix. It don't really work, but he made a complaint to Wix. He don't want this to get out, but I got much more. I got plenty more, but I don't want to stay stuck in this murky ethers right here. So we're gonna let this ride right here, family. Thank you for joining me. I will be back tomorrow night. Somebody say, I hope you're not doing that woman like that, Enqi. It's already, I mean, according to what was sent to me, it is what it is. I got the receipts, and I haven't even shown all the receipts. Y'all know I don't show all the receipts on the first show. Y'all know I don't. I haven't even shown all the receipts. I think one of the biggest ones that everybody can relate to is when it says that that he left the family, abandoned the family, and moved to moved to Pennsylvania. That's one of the biggest restraints. It says petitioner asserts that she is unemployed single mother of 6 with no source of income. She also asserts that she only received food stamps. Recently, her husband allegedly abandoned the family, sold the family vehicle, and moved to Pennsylvania. We can check that timeline. That timeline is legitimate. Allegedly. So, family, I see y'all tomorrow. Putting together a whole different topic on a whole different rhythm and probably offend a whole different type people on Moorish World TV tomorrow. Trust and believe. I'll be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. I'll be that more you gon' remember. Taharkabey front line till the law call my number. I'll be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. That's right. I'll be that more you gon' remember. Taharkabey front line till the law call my number. You a friend of the Lord and you a friend of mine. I'm back. I'm back. The best that ever did it. Know what I mean?
the mountains, Mississippi and Quebec. Told you wasn't black. Look at the straight back. You tripping off drugs, you need to be tripping off that.
Yes, indeed.
Acting like you a slave.